guys, it's Gio. Welcome back to my channel. Other than the upcoming Six Invitational, the Rainbow Six 2020 Pro season has ended. All the questions that we had at the start of the season have been answered, and one of the big sources of speculation, particularly in EU at the start, was who are going to be the new super teams. The four main ones that got spoken about were G2, Virtus Pro, Vitality, and Rogue, and today I wanted to have a look at what actually happened. So the first team are G2. G2 were mostly earmarked to be a super team because of the roster changes they made right after SI 2020. The SI 2020 roster featured Pengu, Uno, Kanto, Fabian, and Cerbos, who was on loan from Penta. But right after the event, Fabian announced his departure from the team, and G2 scooped up Na'Vi and Fnatic's star players Citizen and Virtue. The story goes that G2 approached the players and basically said, right, who do you want? And they picked Citizen and Virtue. They had the power to make their dream roster, and everybody lapped that shit up. However, it didn't really turn out that way. They didn't do terrible, but there was something amiss. In Stage 1, it was alright. They came third in Stage 1 and then second at the August Major, but in Stage 2, they came 7th. They managed to rein it all back in, though, by winning the EU finals overall, but the whole thing was a big roller coaster. Super team? Probably, but it took a while. The second team is Virtus Pro. A lot of the reason that people had high hopes for Virtus Pro at the start was because of their miraculous run through the European Open Clash right before the EU League started. Not only that, but the whispers in the wind were that they were doing insane in scrims and were practically unbeatable. Back when they were fours, VP were never really that super impressive, other than their debut at the Raleigh Major. But their bellicose playstyle seemed really effective in EUL, and they came 4th in Stage 1 and 2, as well as going to both majors, the finals, and qualifying for SI. Stage 2 also saw a roster swap, switching out a mission for young gunner Milon, and that caused a few role changes, but that was already something that VP was showing their flexibility on anyway, and that was great for their ability to work around dips in personal performance at some of the players experienced. While never making first place, VP definitely proved themselves to be one of the strongest forces in EUL and will probably continue to do so going forward. Team number 3, Vitality. When Vitality picked up Fabian and Rise, people were thrilled. They were so excited. Everyone thought that Fabian's leadership capabilities would be able to carry the team to greatness. However, Vitality never seemed to be able to fully make it off the ground. They came 6th in Stage 1 and 9th in Stage 2, and there always seemed to be some kind of coordination or execution issue that would plague a lot of their games, even if every now and then they had a really great one. It was clear how disappointed they were with themselves and how much they believed that they had way more to offer, and Fabian was always very quick to take the blame as the leader of the team, but regardless of that, they never quite made it to super team level. And team number 4, Rogue. This one was a roller coaster. Rogue came first in Pro League Season 11, and after a disappointing showing at SI 2020, they picked up Leon Gids and Kajeka to basically form their dream roster. And then things were still going really well. They came first in Stage 1 of EUL2, and everything looked great. However, they got first rounded in the August Major, and after that, everything seemed to go wrong. They didn't win a single game in Stage 2 of the EUL, and from the outside, no one could quite figure out what the problem was. But whatever it was, something was seriously broken with this team. Rogue ended EU League in 9th place, meaning that they would have to battle through relegations to even have a chance of keeping their spot. Having been a champion of the entire region just one season prior, this was the most devastating outcome that they could fathom. However, the attempt was not in vain, as Rogue did manage to clinch the win in the relegation game against M&M Gaming and keep their spot in EUL. But there's a lot more work to do. Rogue did not manage to keep their spot on the podium of super teams, but maybe this hardship is enough to get them to bounce back. Either way, the expectations that people had for this team were completely blown out of the water, and not in a good way. So that's what happened to those 4 teams that everyone thought were going to be the super teams of Europe. And it's kind of insane thinking back, Pro League Season 11, BDS came last, and this season they looked nigh on indomitable. I don't think any of us were going to have correctly predicted what ended up happening this year, but it's kind of funny to look back on our speculations from earlier in 2020 and see how they all worked out. And I suspect the same thing will happen now in 2021. Either way, this was really fun to go over. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, and let me know what your thoughts for this upcoming season in 2021 are. Do you think these teams will be able to bounce back? Do you think the top teams are going to retain those spots? Because I am a bit scared to make predictions myself at this point. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.